Hi everyone, Namaskar and welcome to Curries with Bumbi. Today I have come with a delicious Indian style potato and cauliflower recipe that is commonly known in India as Aloo Gobi, where aloo is potato and gobi is cauliflower. In this recipe, the potatoes and cauliflower are cooked along with green peas and tomatoes using some basic spices. Now let's get started. Cut the cauliflower into fairly large pieces so that it retains its shape even after cooking. In India, aloo gobi is commonly cooked during the winter months when cauliflower is at its peak season. After washing them, I like to pat them dry in a towel to get rid of that excess moisture, or else there is a lot of splatter when it is released in the hot oil. You can skip this step entirely if you do not have time in hand. But remember guys that it will be quite dramatic once that wet cauliflower hits the hot oil. Similarly, cut the potatoes into large pieces as well. This is one of my favorite curries. I remember as a child how I eagerly waited for the winter season so that I could have this. There are several ways of making aloo gobi, with each household having their own unique recipe. Start by heating oil over medium-high heat. Being a person from West Bengal, which is a state in the eastern part of India, I love using mustard oil for this recipe, but you can use any oil according to your preference. Once the oil turns hot, add the potatoes. Add a pinch of salt and fry them on medium-high heat till they develop these brown edges. This will take a few minutes. Take them out in a bowl once they turn golden brown. Then add the cauliflower. Again add a pinch of salt and fry them till they are golden brown. Take them out once they brown up. In that same pan, add some more oil on medium heat. Once the oil turns fairly hot, lower the heat to low and add a dry bay leaf. Add some cumin seeds. As soon as they crackle, add the chopped onions and now stir on medium heat. Again add some salt. I always like adding salt little by little in layers so that all the components get well seasoned. You do not need to brown the onions, but they need to turn little soft and give this glossy kind of appearance. Then add the ginger and garlic. Stir till the raw smell from the ginger and garlic goes away. Then reduce the heat to low and add Kashmiri red chili powder and turmeric powder. Kashmiri red chili powder gives more of color and itself is mild in heat compared to the red chili powder. But mild doesn't mean that you can add a lot, as it still has some heat which can be overpowering for some people. If you do not get it, you can even replace it with paprika. Stir for a second to bring out that bright color. Then add crushed tomatoes. I am using canned tomatoes, but you can use fresh ones if they are in season at your place. In that case, you can blend 2 large tomatoes in your blender. Next comes coriander seeds for that citrusy kind of aroma. Cover it for a few minutes on medium heat so that the tomatoes get fried. When you see those little bubbles of oil along the edges, you will know that the tomatoes have been well fried. At this point, add the cauliflower. I like adding a whole chili. Adding them whole makes them release only their flavor without making the curry too hot. Now at my place, the potatoes get cooked earlier than the cauliflower. So I am adding the cauliflower first, and then it will be followed by the potatoes a little later. You can follow the other way round depending on which one cooks faster at your place. Stir for a few minutes. Then add the potatoes. I added some salt and some sugar to balance the flavor. Add about 2 cups of warm water and cover it over medium-low heat for about 8 minutes. I added some frozen green peas. You can use fresh ones depending on the availability. Add garam masala powder. The potatoes are done, but the cauliflower still needs a few more minutes. I added little water as it is looking a bit dry. This curry is more on the dry side, with only that much of gravy to coat around the vegetables. Then I covered it and gave it some more time. Do not let your vegetables turn mushy. They need to be tender but still should be holding on to their shape. Finally, my favorite and a very common used herb in Indian cuisine, roughly chopped coriander leaves. Discard the bay leaves before serving. This aloo gobi goes very well as a side with rice or roti. Please send me your feedback after trying this recipe, and if you are new here, please consider subscribing as it means a lot to me. This is Bumbi, and thanks for joining me today. Bye bye.